Several new developments today in the battle over school furloughs. The state Senate is responding to the school furloughs by forming a committee. The Senate president says the committee will look into potential new sources of money for schools, but says people should not get their hopes up because it is a complicated situation involving collective bargaining and legal issues. In that legal battle, attorneys for parents have come up with a new argument to block the furloughs, saying that imposing the furlough violates the way the state is supposed to make rules. And finally, a judge's written orders throw cold water on the legal arguments of furlough opponents. KITV's Daryl HUFF explains why hope that the judge will block furloughs is looking dimmer tonight.
When attorneys for regular and special education parents came to court last week, even though Judge David Ezra refused to block furloughs because of potential safety problems, he made a point of not criticizing their legal arguments.
He said that the case is not frivolous. He said that he's concerned about the issues we've raised.
But in his written ruling denying a restraining order, the judge is directly critical of their claims. He said the court is not persuaded that the families have demonstrated a likelihood of success on the merits with respect to several of their claims. If the judge doesn't believe the families have a good chance of winning the lawsuit, he's not allowed to block the furloughs. His order says there is not enough proof that special ed services can't be made up in a 4-day week. He says there is no evidence that any contract exists between families and the state, and says because the furlough applies to all students, it is not discriminatory. Despite all that cold water on their arguments, the lawyers aren't giving up.
We believe that the judge takes this litigation very seriously, and we're going to continue to treat it seriously.
Attorneys for the special ed kids say these rulings from Judge Ezra are not the reason, but they have come up with a whole new argument. They say that the furloughs violate the state rulemaking process, and they're hoping the judge will stop them because of that. There's another hearing before Ezra scheduled for next week. Even if he does not stop the furloughs then, the lawsuits could continue in hopes of getting kids more class time, perhaps by trading teacher planning days for instructional hours. Daryl HUFF, KITV4, Island Television News.